Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is me Jyoti Ketan and you're watching Arcandy. In this channel we discuss about architecture. Today we are going to discuss about the Vastu for plots. This is the episode 11 of my series Vastu Guide for House. If you haven't watched my previous videos then please watch them. I'll put the link in the description box below. So today's video, let's get started with today's video. Before starting out today's video, let's do a small recap of our previous episodes, what we discussed in those episodes. In episode 1, we discussed about the basics of Vastu. In episode 2, we discussed about the colors in Vastu. In episode 3, placement of the different rooms and different directions according to different rooms in Vastu. In episode 4, we discuss about the Vastu for garden. Different directions have different elements of the garden. In episode 5, history and the origin of Vastu Shastra, from where Vastu started. In episode 6, introductions and principles of Vastu Shastra. In episode 7, importance of Vastu Shastra. And in episode 8, we discuss about the shops and showroom Vastu. In episode 9, we discuss about the Vastu guide for the temples. And in episode 10 we discuss about the Vastu for office. So in episode 11, today's episode, we will completely discuss about the plots. So let's get started with the today's video. The selection of a plot is very important since the plot represents a fixed form that will radiate positive as well as negative energies depending on its location, orientation, shape, slope and soil quality. While selecting a plot, these things should be kept into mind. If you already own a plot for construction of house or office, you should refer to the Vastu guideline prescribed for the selection of a suitable plot. Vastu guideline is necessary and proper guidelines have been put in Vastu Shastra for the selection of a plot. As a Vastu is a science, there is a logic and reasoning behind every guidelines. So let's discuss about the location of a plot. Peaceful, calm place with a lot of greenery and good water source with good soil for obvious reasons. The fertile soil is an indication of good soil for construction. While purchasing a piece of land, it is good idea to stand on the land and feel its vibration for few moments. If you feel positive about it, consider buying the land. If not, it is probably not good for you. The reasoning is that it is always advisable to trust your instinct, but make sure you are not influenced by anything or anyone else for good reasons. Check the plot history. It should be good history. It is best to buy land where happy and successful people have lived. The natural reasoning behind the concept is totally psychological. You feel that a land where people were happy and prosperous has good vibes or energy. Check for the road adjacent to the plot. Plot with the pathways on all four sides is considered the best. It ensures health, wealth, prosperity and happiness. The natural reasoning for the logic is because the plot with roads on all four sides is not abutting anybody's property and hence one can derive maximum lighting and ventilation from all four sides. The next best option is plot with the roads on the north or east. The reasoning because it is the most light and air can enter from these sides in the mornings. Which plots are good? So it is advisable to avoid a haunted or house. The plot should not be purchased if in the recent past someone has committed suicide, if there have been several deaths over a period of couple of months. You may psychologically feel uneasy if you happen to know such past. Avoid purchasing a plot that has been sold under stress. Such plots should be purchased only with the cautions and proper consultation. One good reason is that you may feel psychologically unhappy and guilty knowing that the plot was sold out of helplessness and thus the previous owner must be still holding on to it. We have to avoid sites near public place or buildings. The plot should not be near adjacent to any public place like temple, hospital, factory, school, college. Such places will constantly be crowded and noisy, but if are at least 80 to 100 feet away, then the plot is acceptable. We cannot live in an environment with foul smell. It is advisable to avoid sites near smelly places. The plot should not be near meat shop, workshop, leather, tannery, laundry, shoe shop, dustbins, sewage drains, etc. The bad smell emanating from these places will permeate the house permanently and naturally create atmosphere in the house that is not suitable to live in. If the plot is between large plot, it should be avoided. In such plot, the owner of the small plot can construct only much smaller house than the owner of the large plot and thus may subconsciously feel small with respect to the neighbors. This can create feeling of inferiority in the owner. It is good to avoid plot with lot of cracks or too much wet soil. The crack indicate dried up clay soil and too wet soil also indicates clay soil that does not allow the drainage of water. Such soil is not suitable for building foundation as it will retain moisture and necessitate extra expenditure for waterproofing the foundation. Strictly avoid plots facing a T or Y intersection of road. This is because you can see oncoming traffic and this may give you the nervousness feeling or lack of privacy. Shape of the plot also plays a vital role. As per Vastu Shastra, the shape of the plot affects the well-being of the inmates. It has been noticed certain shapes have a good effect while certain have a bad, and they can be corrected to make a suitable shape. As a Vastu is a science, there is a logic and reasoning to everything. So here some of the plots and their effects are: square plot. A plot with an equal length and width is considered as the ideal site for construction. As per Vastu, it is ensure all-round growth, prosperity and happiness. In ancient time, houses were designed around a central square courtyard for better ventilation. A square plot was considered the most suitable. Rectangle plot is that which length and width is 1:2 ratio are considered good. If the length faces the north and width faces west, it would be considered more suitable. Such plots are considered to bestow good health, wealth and prosperity upon the residents. Like in a square site, it is easy to design a square or rectangular shape house in such plot, with extra space used for tree, outhouse, etc. Hence the space is not wasted. Triangular shape is not good. Such sites are considered as sites where there will always be fear of fire. Circular, elliptical, oval plots are not considered good for construction or house. They will bring a bad luck to the owners. Plot with more than 4 sides, that is pentagon, hexagon, octagon shaped plots should be avoided for construction of house. People in such plots always live in fear. Gaumukhi plot. A plot that is narrow in front and wide at the back is called Gaumukhi. Such plot is considered auspicious for residential purpose. Such plot bring prosperity to the house owners. Simhamukhi plot. A plot that is wide in the front or entrance and narrow at the back is known as Simhamukhi plot. Such plots are considered inauspicious for residential purpose but are suitable for commercial purpose. Plot with corners cut. Plot with a missing corner should not be purchased for any reason. If you must, then do so with the proper consultation of Vastu. Plot with cut corners are considered inauspicious. Plot with projection or extensions are considered good. The plot extension in north or east or northeast are considered good. Other extensions are considered inauspicious. Plot with extension northwest, southeast or southwest are not considered good. They bring a bad luck to the owners. Some of the guidelines for site orientation. In ancient text of Vastu guideline, to aid in the selection of a plot with the ideal orientation are based on common sense, scientific reasoning and logic. As per Vastu, all directions are considered good and each has its one advantage. The only reason I understood is in any city or town there are roads in all 4 directions and naturally there have to be houses in both sides of the road. Also, the city looks more aesthetic if their houses are in all the 4 directions. Hence, according to Vastu, all plots are considered good. East facing plot is good for scholars, philosophers, priests, professors, teachers. The logic east morning sun rays is considered the source of enlightenment. North facing plot is good for those in power, administration and those who work for government. South facing plot is good for business class and for those who work in business organization at management level. West facing plot is more suitable for those who provide supporting services to the society. The reason why Vastu attributes each direction to a different class of people is because in ancient time, Indian society was divided into 4 classes of people based on their occupations. But gradually these classes become caste and there was a very little social mixing between these castes. And so people of each caste prefer being with their own people. Hence their homes were grouped together. Vastu guideline for site soil. In ancient texts, proper guidelines have been prescribed for the selection of a plot or site with the ideal soil type. To construct a building for any purpose, land is required, and it is a fact that the land has not been previously not allocated for the same. It has to be some or other kind of a site that has to be used. It should be correctly noted for what purpose the land was being used previously. While purchasing land, it is ideal to buy a piece of land that is most suitable for cultivation, where the vegetation can grow. There are different types of soil based on the color: brick red, dark brown, white, red, yellow, black, etc. Generally, the soil which is good for cultivation are red, brick red, brown, yellow soil, etc. is also good for the foundation of building, whereas black and clay soil are not good for cultivation and not good for the building as it retains water and causes dampness to the foundation. It is advised to avoid such site with the black and clay soil. The reason being the black soil indicates the soil that retains water and does not allow good drainage. It is best to avoid such a site because it will require special kind of foundation and waterproofing which will cost many times more than a usual foundation. Again, avoid rocky piece of land for construction purpose. Land with too many rocks and thorny trees is not considered good. This is because it may be the indication that there is a rock below which will have to be blasted out before laying the foundation, causing unexpected expenditure. A land with a lot of worms should be avoided. This may be an indication that the soil is very loose and will not support the foundation well. These are also the logical reasonings that should be advisable as an architect also and as a constructor also. So these are common things and they also guideline as a Vastu. So this should be taken into consideration while choosing a plot for you or for your house. So guys, this much for today's video. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, stay tuned to my channel and don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel, and please press the bell icon so that you will be notified whenever I upload a video. And thanks for watching. Keep supporting and motivating. Thank you guys. Bye bye.